Alright, let's go for support along with the true form of Gabwellius being revealed, so let's begin. But first, a card of the day, which is a Flagburg support card, Giant Sea Dragon, Bolt Platonic Dragon, which is a grade 3 with taking power and discuss. Auto, when placed on rear guard from hand, you may soul charge 1. This is already very helpful for Flagburg, especially on your very first grade 3 turn. It usually really needs soul, so just the fact that you could just get a free soul charge out of this is just already very helpful. But the second skill makes it even better, where auto rear guard once per turn. At the end of the battle, discard attack. If it was the first or second battle of the turn, and your Vanguard is at least a grade 3 Flagburg in stand cost, you can either counterblast 1 or energy blast 3 to stand this unit and plus 10k power. In a way, it's better than Inlet Pulse because yes, you do get soul, but it's not at the end phase. 2, it restands with power while it could also be during the first or second battle of the turn. And yes, you've got the option of using counterblast or energy. Probably more so energy than the counterblast. It's just overall another good option for Flagburg, even though it does clash with basically your first and second attack users. But it is worth testing out the ratios. And now for some Lisciafael support, we start off with Competent Director Seplina, which is a grade 3 with taking power on the skill list. Count rearguard. If you have at least a grade 3 Lisciafael Vanguard, this card gives us 5k power on your opponent's turn as well. Not too bad, but the second skill is that auto, when put to soul from rearguard from your at least grade 3 Lisciafael Vanguard, if your opponent's Vanguard is at least grade 3, all your front row units gives us 5k power. For a common, this is actually not too bad, especially with the easy multi-attack that you can get from this deck. And having even more power is just kinda nice. Next, waving thoughts together, Shekel, which is a grade 2 with 10k power on the skill list. Auto, when put to soul from rearguard by the ability of your at least grade 3 Lisciafael, you can put this card to your hand. Not really necessary, especially since you got better options. In which we go to Clover Heart's Nellialina, which is a grade 1 with k power on the skill list. Auto, when placed on rearguard, if you have at least a grade 3 Lisciafael, cost, counterblast 1, choose a grade 2 or less normal unit with different name that is not Sentinel from Soul and put it to your hand, and then soul charge 1. Definitely very helpful considering the amount of cards that you're going to be putting into Soul, and sometimes it's cards that you want to reuse, so just being able to recycle them and then get back the Soul, pretty nice. In which we go to the second skill, where auto rearguard, when this card boosts, if you have at least a grade 3 Vanguard Lisciafael, cost Soul Blast 2, and this card gets us 10k power. Yes, Soul Blast 2 can get a little hefty, but the fact that you can regenerate your Soul and all you really need is at least 5 Soul, I believe, this isn't too bad considering that you could just reoccur the Soul anyway, so just making use of it is not too bad. And extra power buff is nice. So I say this card is definitely worth running, especially for the first skill. And now we go to the Lyrical generic, which is C Valos Valio Her Soul. Does the same thing as the other ones, where if you have no G cards, you basically from hand, you can discard it and put 2 cards that are from originally from the right deck from Soul back to the right deck, face up, and then look at top 7 for a grade 3 with different name from your Vanguard and put it to your hand, but if you fail, goes back to your hand. With the second skill of gaining extra 5k shield, but if you have 2 or more open rear guards, which you're going to do by bouncing a lot, and your opponent has a G card, you can also bind a grade 3 from your soul or drop plus an additional 10k shield. There's just not much to say, it's just there if you want to use it. And finally, for some more news for set 5, we got Gabwellius as an actual card, and yes, it's confirmed to be grade 3. I'm actually very excited to see this. It's probably going to support the Fated King. And if I remember correctly, Raziel is related to Gabwellius in a way. And also, I'm very surprised that we get to see Gabwellius as a card already. I was expecting that to be later on for the next anime set. And hopefully we get to see Sybilt too. And finally, here are the SNR for Chronojet and Messiah. This is for 10th anniversary of G, and there's only 10 copies of each of them. And they will be stamped. So yeah, these are going to be very expensive. So that's it for the new Lisciafael support, and of course seeing Gabwellius' true form. What do you guys think of it? Lisciafael is just whatever, but seeing Gabwellius' true form as a regular grade 3 card this early is something I was not expecting, and I'm just excited to see it. It's probably going to be a support card for basically the Fated King, but I will take it. Hopefully we get to see Sybilt too. But on that, that's it for this, and see you all next time.